Mind controlled off the edge. No biggie, no biggie. The new Tim Dillon. He writes a letter. How long's the run back? All right, let's check it out.
我在首都北京向大家送上新年的美好祝福。2019年，我们用汗水浇灌收获。
End of the tour. Is that Putin? Dude, is that Zelensky? It is? No, it can't be. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Cheers! One of my biggest regrets is I won't be able to see Tim Dillon on tour. That would have been awesome.
Dear Vladimir Putin.
Okay, here we go. Let's rewind a little bit.
I think the invasion is monstrous, but I also believe that, like, you can't keep asking for a World War III. You got to take a deal here, buddy. Take a deal. And by the way, I want you to get up something right now because everybody's like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? Word document right now. Because I believe in the power of the sternly worded letter.
The power of the sternly worded letter. I don't know how he comes up with these.
Just believe that. You know when a teacher tucked a letter in your pocket or your backpack that had to go to your mother?
Letter in the backpack pocket is the worst. What was my worst letter? When I was in 7th grade, I ran into the street and I ate a cookie off the pavement. Backstory? So my friend Dave the Druid, check the video. He had a cookie left over from lunch. And after school, he knew that I was kind of a big kid that loved to eat. So he threw the cookie in the street in the middle of traffic on like a pretty busy, maybe 2 lanes each direction. I ran into the street, grabbed the cookie. Principal saw it, ran over, grabbed me, pulled me into the office. And I'm sitting in her office and she's typing up the letter on her computer. The cookie is sitting on my leg. And at one point, she turns to me and she sees me like kind of staring at the cookie. And she says, "You weren't really going to eat that cookie, were you?" There was just this silence. There was just this dead silence between the two of us because I knew, she knew that I knew that she knew that I knew that I was going to eat that cookie. Oh, I wanted that cookie. Yeah, what kind of cookie? It was the M&M cookie. We called them pokey cookies. It's like a plain sugar cookie, but then it has the M&Ms cooked into it. Ooh, real good. Real good, real good, real good. Kind of melts a little bit on the inside, but the outside stays hard because it's that M&M.
How terrified were you on the bus? You were terrified, and then you got home. Maybe you were a latchkey kid, and you got to go. It's like going home with the report card when there is a note that you know your mother has to read from the teacher, and you can't even open it. You don't know what it really says, and sometimes you know what it says because you watch the teacher write it, and you're like, if I don't give it to my mother, I'm more than fucked because the teacher is going to call because the teacher will tell you I'm calling to make sure she read it. Dear Vladimir Putin,
I'm calling to make
right
sure
now.
she read it. When I was in 2nd grade, we had a substitute teacher called Miss Fresh Hour. Everybody sat down, we're being quiet, the bell rang, whatever. Started writing her name on the board and she said, "My name is Miss Fresh Hour." She wrote it on the chalkboard and for whatever reason, I just screamed out, "She's fresh every hour!" And the whole class just burst out into laughter. Yanked me up. She pulled me out into the hallway. We went down to this little like closet and inside there was a phone. Why was she fresh every hour? I don't know. That's the thing. It made no sense. I didn't know why. I mean, I guess like in retrospect, it's almost kind of like a prostitute joke, but yeah, like the other thing was she was old. So I was like kind of calling a 60-year-old lady a prostitute. Yeah, wasn't a good look. But yeah, so she pulls me out. We're in the hallway and she's yelling at me, "Call your parents right now. I want to talk to them." And I'm saying to her, I don't know. I don't know their phone number. I'm in 2nd or 3rd grade. I'm so scared. I literally forgot my parents' phone number. Yeah. What do you mean you don't know your parents' phone number? "I'm sorry, Miss Fresh Hour. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know." Yeah, dark days. Dark, dark days. One of my best friends was in that class with me, and he'll still remind me from time to time of that. He'll be like, "Yeah, dude. Remember when you call Miss Fresh Hour fresh every hour?" What are you gonna do, man?
Enough's enough. Dear Vladimir Putin.
Dear Vladimir. Dear Vlad.
Hey, buddy. Now, what Hey, buddy does is right off the bat, he's wondering, this man is a wordsmith. Every word perfectly
chosen. The power of a sternly worded letter. Who thinks of that?
Am I really his buddy? Because when someone says, hey, buddy,
really
it's kind of aggressive. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's very aggressive.
Like your brother.
At the grocery store or something, you get out of the parking lot and somebody just shouts at you like, hey, buddy. You kind of like, you get a little twitchy.
Hey, buddy, it's kind of like kind of an aggro move, right?
It is.
So you go,
It's aggro.
hey, buddy. So right off the bat, he's on the defensive. Hey, buddy, next line.
I wish I could see him on
The
tour.
war in Ukraine. You don't do that, Ben. You indent.
What is this? Why can't
Don't you know how to write?
Well, we already did deer, so then did we do another?
I can't
indent,
read
guess?
it. No, the quality.
Yeah,
is
well, because hey, buddy's its own thing.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, the war in Ukraine is ridiculous. This is not your
it's
best
a tough
moment.
word to spell.
In fact, it's literally one of your worst.
Literally.
It's not so much the bombing
The civilians.
or the shelling. Ben, can you fix it?
Sorry.
Ben!
It's not so much the
Avery is
bombing
good.
or the shelling of heavily civilian areas.
Build
If
rapport.
anyone understands that, we do. LOL. The reality is that this is now fucking with everybody's money.
Facts.
Never your goal.
I don't know.
That
Maybe
is
it
what
was.
is happening.
You see Ben laughing.
So please cut it out
Okay.
before we're all broke. No one has enough money to kill. Signed, Barry Weiss.
That's kind of a soft one. That's a fake laugh from Ben. Yeah, that's Barry Weiss. I don't really know who that is.
Signed, Barry Weiss.
I know he kind of has an ongoing feud with Barry Weiss, but I don't really know who Barry Weiss is, so I'm kind of missing that joke.
Read it back.
I don't know.
Hey, buddy. The war in Ukraine is ridiculous.
Hey, buddy.
This is not your best moment. In fact, it's literally one of your worst. It's not so much the bombing or the shelling of heavily civilian areas. If anyone understands that, we do. LOL. The reality is that this is now fucking with everybody's money. And we know that was never your goal. But that is what is happening. So please cut it out before we are all broke and no one has enough money to kill. Signed, Barry Weiss.
You're telling me
Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of hearing about Ukraine. It's sad, but have you guys seen like the Reddit warriors who went out? They call them like the Fortnite warriors. Basically, the Ukrainian government just kind of dumped them on the front line and they got shelled and they like all ran. Like none of them stayed. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.